Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to Saucy Saturday. Today I want to talk about art. Why is art so important in a modern world? Back in history really, art is such a big thing and part of our history and culture, and I think art is everywhere and it's so important. Think about it, it's in the words we say, our accents. I mean, it could be even the way we learn a language. That's art to me. That's art. Like learning a new language is art. Language is an art itself. Learning Spanish was not easy for me, but now that I know I feel so artistic and so creative when I can, mix words together to try to speak with people who don't speak the same language as me and speak Spanish. I think it's so cool that I can interact with them on that way. And of course, we think of art as like drawing or like watercolor or stuff like that, and that's all great art. But why am I talking about art today? I'm talking about art because I just watched a live stream on Patreon from their CEO and co-founder Jack Conte, and he talks about art because what Patreon is, if you don't know, it's ongoing crowdfunding for creators and people who love YouTube, people who are webcomics, bloggers, all that kind of stuff. And it's so important because art is something that people don't get paid for much. It's like everything is free. You can post your stuff on Facebook and you post your stuff online. You don't have to have physical art anymore. You can just sell it online. And it's really hard for artists to make money and do what they do for a living. And even someone like me who makes YouTube videos, I'm creating art here and I'm using my passions and I'm really finding that inner me and showing it to the world and expressing who I am as a person. And I really think that as artists, we deserve to be paid for our work. But the problem with art nowadays, like I said, it's very hard to get paid, and advertising isn't good enough. The advertising model on YouTube is not a good one, and it changes depending on the season. Like if it's winter, the ad dollars are gonna be up. If it's spring, they're gonna be down. And then after that, you have a cut with YouTube, like a 45-50 cut or something like that. And that takes away more of your ad revenue. So ad revenue is very unreliable, but I found that Patreon is a very reliable way for artists to get paid for what they love to do. It's great because you can set rewards and you can really reward your patrons, and it's just such an interactive community, and I really need your help. I'm asking for your help for once. I need patrons on Patreon, and basically all you have to do is just contribute a little bit each month, and it's not panhandling for money. Let me be straight with you that Beethoven, as an artist, and many other artists, you look at all of them, they did the same kind of thing. It's called patronage, and it's basically like people are paying them for their art, but it's because they're providing value to their fans, their most loyal fans, and that's what Patreon is all about. And it's such a great platform. It's a startup, and man, they have so much power, and Jack is such a nice guy. He's such a great CEO, and I really think that that's what art is, though. That's what's gonna bring art back to this country and back to the world, and really bring creative people. It's for the emergent creative class, and it's gonna be, it's just gonna be the next level of art that's coming to this country. And I'm telling you right now, because their membership has grown in the last 2 years so much. Like people like Pentatonics and really well-known creators, they're all on Patreon. Patreon is such a powerful thing. Like they're the only people that have come up with this idea like in the digital world, and I just find it fascinating that pretty much any of you guys could join Patreon. It's not just me. You have a talent, find it. You have value that you want to provide to people, I'm sure. Like if you skateboard, hey, go make videos about skateboarding, or if you swim, like go in competitions and show that to your fans and offer them value, because that's what all Patreon's about. Anyone can join. It's not just for people who want to start a business or do whatever. It's for anyone. There's such a thing as the starving artist. Artists don't get paid enough for what they do, and they work their butts off to provide value for people. But like I said, they can't turn it into a full-time living because ad revenue isn't enough. And sponsorships, brand deals, you can do that, but you have to keep searching. You have to keep searching. But with Patreon, you just let your fans contribute to your page, and you just sit there and watch them contribute, and you keep providing value. See, that's why people, I think it's a scam sometimes, because if you're not providing value for people, yes, you are scamming them because there's no value in there. But if I'm providing a lot of value, this channel is all about support diversity, think positively, love unconditionally. It's all about inspiring the world one saucy Saturday at a time. It's all about this idea of inspiration and entertainment mixing together to make a better world. And my slogan is inspiring you to live a more fulfilled life while relaxed and entertained. Now that might just be words, you guys, but really what I'm trying to do is the main core of Saucy Saturday is creating the world's most diverse, positive, loving community. And I believe with your guys' help, we can make this happen. And I'm not saying subscribing, subscribing is great, but I'm saying become my patron on Patreon. I really need some help, because I'm telling you, if you do that, it's not just for my value though, it's for the value of the world. Like, if you want to see the world change, you really want to see me inspire people more. Like, people think I'm just a talking box, but really, I can get my own counseling service. I can really start to push towards charities, and I really want to change the world, but I can only do it with your guys' help. You know, the power of community has always been in the world for so many years, like that, all the way to the start, back to the start of the world. The power of community has always been part of the world, and that's why Patreon exists, because it's all about community there, and that's what this community is all about. You know, it's not community without you guys, and without you guys, I would not get views, I would not get likes, I would not get comments, I would not get subscribers, I would not even be doing this. I'd just be going to school, which I am right now, but I'd be focused on school only, because I mean, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. And I thank you guys, thank you so much for your support. It's so fascinating thinking about how many diverse thoughts you can get while looking at art, you know? Like how unusual it is and how abstract it can be. And that's why Patreon's such a powerful thing, because it allows people to express themselves and express their inner creativity, because there is an emerging creative class coming, and you see it in music today, and you're gonna see it more and more as the world forms, because people are just so abstract, so creative. Like, people just surprise me on Patreon, just point blank. With that being said, be my patron on Patreon. I'm kind of redoing my website, and I'm really pushing the Patreon page on there, as you can tell. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, stay saucy, and everyone have a very saucy Saturday.